يستوفون وإذا قالوهم أو وزنوهم يخسرون ألا يظن أولئك أنهم مبعوثون ليوم عظيم أي يوم يقوم الناس لرب العالمين كلا إن كتاب الفجار لفي سجين وما أدراك ما سجين كتاب مرقوم ويل يومئذ للمكذبين الذين يكذبون بيوم الدين وما يكذب به إلا كل معتد أثيم إذا تتلى عليه آياتنا قال أساطير الأولين كلا بل ران على قلوبهم ما كانوا يكسبون كلا إنهم عن ربهم يومئذ لمحجوبون ثم إنهم لصال الجحيم ثم يقال هذا الذي كنتم به تكذبون كلا إن كتاب الأبرار لفي عليين وما أدراك ما عليون كتاب مرقوم أن يشهده المقربون إن الأبرار لفي نعيم على الأرائك ينظرون تعرف في وجوههم نضرة النعيم يسقون من رحيق مختوم ختامه مسك وفي ذلك وليتنافس المتنافسون ومزاجه من تسنيم عينا يشرب بها المقربون إن الذين أجرموا كانوا من الذين آمنوا يضحكون وإذا مروا بهم يتغامزون وإذا انقلبوا إلى أهلهم انقلبوا فكهين وإذا رأوهم قالوا إن هؤلاء لضالون وما أرسلوا عليهم حافظين فاليوم الذين آمنوا من الكفار يضحكون على الأرائك ينظرون هل ثوب الكفار ما كانوا يفعلون صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وسلم. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Shall I tell you about the event of the Kisa, the event of the Prophet Kisa? He went to the house of his daughter Fatima and he asked for the Yemeni Kisa. She covered him with the Yemeni Kisa. His face shone like the full moon. Soon after, some others came to join him. Do you want to know who? First came Hassan and greeted his mother. Salamun alaykum ya Amma. I can smell the nice smell of my grandfather. So he joined him under the Kisa. Then came Hussein and greeted his mother. Salamun alaykum ya Umma. I can smell the nice smell of my grandfather. So he joined him under the Kisa. Then came Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Salamun alaykum of Jannah, you are queen. I can smell the nice smell of my cousin brother. So he also went to the Kisa. Then Fatima went real close to the Kisa. Salamun alaykum, oh Father, do you give me permission to now enter? Yes, she too went under the Kisa. When all five gathered under the Kisa, Jibreel spoke up and said, Oh Allah, who are these luminous personalities lying under the Kisa? He said they were the family of Fatima, her husband, sons, and her father. They are the ones who are perfectly purified. They are the Ahlul Kisa, the Ahlul Bayt Tahira. They are the Ahlul Kisa, the Ahlul Bayt Tahira. درود اور سلام اے میرے امام، اے میرے امام. بس یہی صدا ہے صبح و شام، اے میرے امام، اے میرے امام. آپ پر درود اور سلام اے میرے امام، اے میرے امام. آ رہے ہیں آپ چل رہی ہے یہ خبر، خانہ خدا پہ ہے ٹکی ہوئی نظر. سج رہے ہیں راستے تمام اے میرے امام، اے میرے امام. تو جہاں کی بادشاہ تیری ذات ہے، تو ہے اس کا ہاتھ جو خدا کا ہاتھ ہے. تیرے ہاتھ بیعت تمام اے میرے امام، اے میرے امام. ذکر خیر آپ کا وظیفہ ہے میرا، منقبت نہیں ہے یہ عریضہ ہے میرا. پڑھ رہا ہوں روز صبح و شام اے میرے امام، اے میرے امام. آپ پر درود اور سلام اے میرے امام، اے میرے امام. اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجہم.
على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم محمد وعليه الطيبين الطاهرين سيما بقية الله في الأرضين صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Muharram is the first month in the Islamic year. In many places all around the world, people are getting ready to commemorate the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Some are putting alam in their homes, others are putting black banners for the Majlis. This year, due to the pandemic, people will not be going to the mosque. They'll be attending Majlis mostly at home for everyone's safety. On the 28th of Rajab, 60 years after Hijrah, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, together with most of his family, left Medina and headed to Mecca. After a few months, Imam Hussein alayhi salam was forced to leave Mecca because some people had planned to kill him there. So he began his journey to Kufa. During his journey, he received the saddest of news. His beloved cousin, Hazrat Muslim Ibn Aqil, is a martyr, and he was now in immense grief. On the journey to Kufa, Imam Hussein alayhi salam met many people, some of whom he invited to join him on his mission. There were two Hurs that Imam Hussein alayhi salam encountered. Both were invited towards this divine mission, but both ended up with a different fate. During Imam's journey, he stopped at various places and they put up tents. To many other people were also traveling, but to a different destination. And one of those people was Ubaydullah ibn Hurr al-Jufi. Imam sent one of his companions to speak to him, but he refused. Imam graciously overlooked his response and went to his tent to speak to him. Ubaydullah ibn Hurr was impressed by Imam's mannerism and understood his high status. But when he was invited to join the Imam, he excused himself, stating that the people of Kufa had abandoned him and sided with the enemy, and joining Imam Hussein alayhi salam meant giving up his life, which he was not prepared to do. So he offered his very fast and reliable horse. The Imam alayhi salam said, "If you are in fear of sacrificing your life for me, then I have no need for your horse nor you." The Imam was offering Ubaydullah ibn Hurr an eternal life, free of sins. Yet he chose a short life full of sins. Imam's caravan moved on. The caravan stopped again, and this time they saw from a distance a cloud of dust. It was an army of soldiers from Kufa who stopped at a distance and who eventually ran out of water. Imam Hussein alayhi salam sensed the urgency and sent water to fulfill the army's thirst, knowing well that they would harm them. But this kindness knew no boundaries. After the men rested, they informed Imam Hussein alayhi salam that they were sent to force Imam Hussein alayhi salam to force Bayat of Yazid. The commander of the army said he was only following instructions and knows nothing about Imam's mission or the people of Kufa who invited him. The commander was none other than Hurr Ibn Yazid al-Riyahi. Imam Hussein alayhi salam told the commander that he must leave to Kufa, but Hurr grabbed the reins on Imam's horse and stopped him. Hurr received a letter that said that he must direct Hussein and his caravan to a place where there is no water or grass and keep them there. Hurr moved Imam Hussein alayhi salam's camp to a deserted place. Yet they could see a river called River Euphrates or River of Furat. This place was called Karbala, the place where Imam alayhi salam was going to sacrifice everything. The next few days saw the arrival of more soldiers and Yazid's army grew bigger in size. After seeing Imam Hussein alayhi salam's great akhlaq and character over those few days, Hurrs felt very confused in the days leading up to Ashura. His heart was torn. A strong voice inside of him was telling him that he was not doing the right thing, and the right thing was to join Imam Hussein alayhi salam. But how could he? He was the commander of an army. On the other hand, he saw the children of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and how thirsty they were, while the army of Yazid had plenty of water. He thought to himself, what will happen on the day of judgment? What will Sayyidah Fatima alayhi salam say to me? What will the Prophet, peace be upon him, say? Alas, it was the day of Ashura, and Hurr was pacing back and forth, when his son asked him, O father, what are you doing? He answered, O my son, I see myself between heaven and hell, and I need to make the right decision. Finally, he went towards Imam Hussein alayhi salam and put his head down in submission and said, O the son of Zahra, is there any space for you to forgive me? I'm so sorry. Imam Hussein alayhi salam took him into his arms and forgave him. He wanted to take him back to the tent, but Hurrs said, No, I can't face everyone. Please give me permission to fight first and die for you, O my Imam. Imam Hussein alayhi salam gave Hurr permission to go into the battlefield and to become one of the first martyrs on the day of Ashura. After fighting bravely, he fell off his horse when he suddenly opened his eyes and he saw that he was in the lap of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. In his last few breaths, Imam Hussein alayhi salam whispered to her, You are indeed free, as your mother names you. You are free both in this world and the hereafter. The skies of Karbala watched as the soul of her rose to the next world and was greeted by Prophet, peace be upon him. عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بمصابنا بالحسين عليه السلام اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأزواجه.
صاحب ذوالفقار المدد شاهد الدل سوار المدد رم شبیر آج ہے تنہا دشت میں لوٹ گیا برا کنبہ اشکیا ہے کیے ہوئے نرغا ایسے دمکا حصار المدد صاحب ذوالفقار المدد خاک پر ہے سوار دوش نبی تشن لب ہے حسین ابن علی کند خنجر ہے اور شمش کی ہے حرم کی پکار المدد صاحب ذوالفقار المدد رائے کوفہ ہے شام کا بازار ارزن بست زینب غمخوار سرخولے پیوں ہے اور دربار سخت ہے رے گزاری المدد صاحب ذوالفقار المدد شاہد الدل سوار المدد صاحب ذوالفقار المدد شاہد الدل سوار المدد اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد
رسول اللہ محمد مصطفیٰ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم السلام علیکہ یا امیر المؤمنین علی ابن ابی طالب علیہ السلام السلام علیکہ یا فاطمۃ الزہرا سیدۃ النساء العالمین علیہ السلام السلام علیکہ حسن مجتبی سید شباب اہل الجنہ علیہ السلام السلام علیکہ خدیجۃ الکبری ام المؤمنین علیہ السلام جمیعا ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ السلام علیکہ یا ابا عبداللہ السلام علیکہ یا ابن رسول اللہ السلام علیکہ جمیعا شہداء کربلا بالخصوص ابو الفضل العباس علیہ السلام السلام علیکہ جمیعا اسیران کربلا بالخصوص سیدہ زینب و سیدہ سکینہ Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alayka ya sahib asr wa zaman. Assalamu alayka ya khalifatur rahman. Assalamu alayka ya sharik al-Quran. Assalamu alayka ya imam insi wal jan. Assalamu alayka ya mazharul iman. Assalamu alayka ya imam zamana. Haza ajjarallahu ta'ala farajak wa zahurak wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.